Evening YouTubers, this is the 24th of April 2016. This is nixuser and I'm going to show you Xubuntu 16.04. That's right, hot off the press this week, or shall I say hot off the interwebs, is Xubuntu. And what I have here is what I'd consider a pretty fresh desktop. Now I haven't gone all through this like I typically do. I go through it as you go through it with me. So as that might be frustrating at times that you'd like me to go and look at something or investigate something a little further when I'm doing these things. I'll leave the option to you to do that. I try and investigate what I can. However, without any further ado, what can I tell you? Well, first of all, we've got the Whisker menu here. Okay, a typical feature that you see on the XFCE desktop, which comes with Xubuntu, hence the X at the start. As you can see here in my user account, just there, nixuser, you can see you've got some controls here. So you've got your all settings, you've got the lock screen, and you've got the logout going on there. Very convenient. We also have the ability to increase the size of this Whisker menu. Okay, so yes, very good indeed there with the Whisker menu. Over on the other side here, we've got details about power management, which for me, not very relevant since I'm on a desktop, but if you're on a laptop machine, could be highly relevant. We have here too the networking stuff. So you've got to connect VPN, or you've got to just set up your wired connection or even wireless connection. I don't have Wi-Fi on this system, but that would show up all on here. Again, quite convenient. There's some sound settings here. Just the normal array of things. I could go into the sound settings here, and now I can't hear myself, so what we're going to do is just make sure this is the thing that happens with this. Just increase that volume again. So yeah, one of those little nasty gotchas there with the sound management tool. I usually don't like to go in there. Sound settings are clearly going to be connected to Pulse Audio. We have the calendar over here. Now, don't know if there's any integration here, but there's a basic calendar, and it doesn't look like there is any sort of basic integration with some calendar, calendar, maybe cloud-based calendar, or even Evolution's calendars. But no, so nothing there. I'm not sure that Evolution is installed. I guess we'll find out in a moment. With the favourites alongside here, as I didn't mention that before, but yes, favourites there. By the way, I should due diligence. I have checked to see if this system is completely up to date. Downloaded this I think 2 days ago, and there were no updates as of today, and I just installed it before. So let's have a look. So as I say, you got the favourites, you got the recently used. You can see here I've got the terminal emulator going on. We have all applications if I want to look at them. Seems to be a reasonable assortment of different ones there. We have accessories. Let's take a look at that. So we've got an archive manager. So if you don't know what an archive manager is, that's going to help you with managing your tar.gz files. So what I could do, just to I suppose contrive the situation a little bit, is going to set up a. How about we set up a file? Okay. Alright. I'll just think of something that I can think of. Okay. So. Okay. Might not let me do that. Alright, touch file. I'll just contrive the situation. Touch file. Alright. Create vf file .tar.gz file. Okay. So now we get a file .tar.gz. Okay. Now let's go open and extract. You can see a file in there. We'll extract it, and we'll put it in our documents, and it's done. It's just a blank file anyway. But that's pretty much what that's going to do for you. Okay. So we can move on from there. What else have we got? We've got a calculator. It's going to be that one of the simple calculators out there. It's a GNU calculator. Okay. You can set up all your different modes that you want to go into. So you can go into an advanced mode, which is kind of like a scientific mode, I guess. Finance mode, where you can do net present value, I'm presuming, and all that sort of, all the future value, present value, some basic log. And that'll be for amortization type calculations, I guess. Programming mode, so yeah, all your logical type stuff. Keyboard mode, don't know what that is about. I guess it's just if I want to go 1 multiplied by 81, and it gives us the answer. It gives it in radians as well. Wonderful. So pretty simple calculator. Catfish file search. So I guess we can go file.tar.gz and we can find that. It's very, very handy. Again, I probably won't in this video go through the command line stuff to show you that, guys, but it is there for you all. Character map. So basically, if you need to select a weird and wonderful character you want to find, for example, I don't know, I don't have one in mind at the moment. Usual one would be pi, people the Greek ones or something like that. Don't know if it has it here. Well, let's have a look. I'm not so good on the Greek alphabet, so I'm going to be fishing through. We've got mu here. Is it theta? There, I think. We've got pi here. So yeah, I'm going to character map if you need them. But sometimes you might need them for some equations or something like that. Could be useful. Omega. Anyway, moving on. File manager. So what file manager are we using? Let's go help and about. And we're using Duna. And that's kind of expected on an XFCE system. Let's see if everything is behaving. We should be able to mount another volume, which it seems that we can, which is pretty cool. So that worked easily enough. It's pretty much what you expect on the box. You can just go ahead and I'll just copy this guy, copy, and we'll copy him into downloads, even though it wasn't a download. So yeah, have a look at that. Oh, actually, while we're at it, I'll have a look at Thuno again just for a moment. Let's see how the F3, good old F3 works. Nah, so it doesn't work on that. The view, we've got the side pane, you can view the side pane, but it doesn't look like you can do the split thing. So you're looking for split, you're going to be stuck with doing that. Control N if you want to know what that shortcut was. Anyway, moving on. Mousepad. So, what is it? It's just a little text editor for the XFCE desktop environment. Fair enough. I use Vim, not for everyone, I guess. But yeah, some notes. I'll put a note up here. Simple. Let's put a note up there. Okay. What if we can do a new note? Yeah, and then we can go back to the first one, go back to the second one, and what else have we got? Groups. So I think I could change the color. Let's go to blue for that one. We go back here, and no, it doesn't keep that one as yellow, which would be kind of nifty if you could. But yeah, if you want to write some notes on your desktop, some reminders or something like that, that's what you got. On board, what's this? I see. It's a on-screen keyboard. So you got one of those in there. Could be quite useful. Okay, let's go into Orange. So let's have a look. Some sort of clock. I don't think we need that. It's for probably a dependency. I have seen before the use of Orange for some little task bar thingies over here. The notes are still there and the keyboard is still up. Screenshot. Well, we have to do that because we are doing a XFCE Xubuntu video. So let's just go, let's not capture the mouse pointer. and awesome. Now we'll save that, and we'll save that to pictures. Wonderful. And we'll do a bit of conversion later to make that the thumbnail for our video. The terminal emulator, I really like this, not because it's a great terminal, but because of the theming that they've used. If you, let's go ls/user-bin, it looks attractive. See? And that blue background, that nice dark blue background, I like those sorts of backgrounds for a terminal emulator. Very nice indeed. So, but yep, it's a competent XFCE for terminal. Okay, it's looking like they're getting a little bit old in terms of the maintenance cycle there. It's one thing to be careful, I suppose, about with XFCE. They might not be updating things as frequently, but we'll take a look at that in a moment too. XFburn, which will be our burning software, similar to Brazero or one of those sorts of applications that you can use, like K3B or whatever. K3B is obviously very extensive in the options that it provides, but yeah, you've got a competent new audio composition. It looks like you've got here a pretty competent burner. I'm not going to be burning any CDs today, so that's it for that section. Education. So this is one of those little bugbears, because I'm almost promised you we go down to Office and we're going to find that guy. And I don't really, again, I don't like seeing duplications, and I don't like seeing what they call functional duplications, where you have one application that does this particular use case, and you have another application that does exactly the same use case. I don't like to see that. That's not happening yet here, but just saying it's one of those things. So LibreOffice map. So okay, so let's have a look. Here, C equals pi. It's not going to give me a pi, is it? I always have this problem. Symbols, and we can go and grab ourselves a pi. No, not one from the shop. Insert that. Close. So I could use a little percentage sign times. What another symbol? Multiplication. Huh. Get rid of that. So get rid of that, and we can go %pi and D. Perhaps it's meant to be capital, I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyway, it's the circumference of a circle met by a LibreOffice math. Fantastic. Alright, so that was it for education, which is kind of funny having that section there, but not much else in it. Games, mines, yeah, you know, seen a mine game? There are a mine a dozen. That was a really lame joke, but yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's there, it works, presumably. So anyway, we'll leave that alone. What other game? We got Sudoku. Yeah, easy Sudoku. So you can play a bit of Sudoku there. I wonder if it does the solves. Does it solve? Can print though. That's cool. So if you need to like take a puzzle somewhere with you, competent tool for that. It's got the little timer up there. Yeah. Don't know if it offers a little note-taking thingy too, which is kind of cool for that. I don't tend to do that when I do Sudoku. I think you should try and solve it without writing notes, but that's my own thing. Graphics. So we've got a document viewer, and here's saying that it's most likely events. Yes, it is the events. Fairly recent version, though no doubt we're probably getting up to, I don't know, we'd have to go and have a look, but probably up to a later version by now, you'd think, maybe not, with the latest GNOME coming out. Graphics, Ristretto image viewer. Let's open that screenshot that we had before. Wonderful, you can see that, it's pretty clear. View it in full screen as well. Oh, why is nothing working? Yes, anyway, done that to people before, it's kind of funny. Okay, so not that graphics. Simple scan. I don't have a scanner. It's probably going to come up and go brr. Scan. No, see, no scanners available. Don't have one. Probably should. Still quite useful. Internet. So we've got the Firefox web browser. Let's have a look at that. So now I had a copy of. I had this issue last night. I was playing Counter-Strike Source and didn't really like that one of the channels was blocking me from talking with my buddies, even though I'd done nothing wrong. This is a nice workaround. You can use this chatting tool, but found it was a little. It actually increased the ping on my my friend's system a little bit too high, or very high actually, about 400 milliseconds, unplayable. So we looked at OpenRTC, open to KRTC or something like that. Yes, and you could just go and do a little chat thing through there, and we managed to keep talking through that. It's quite great. Let's have a look about Firefox, and pretty new version. Now that we're in Firefox, a couple of things let's go and have a look at. So Firefox, Wikipedia. So let's have a look at what we're up to. Okay, yep, so stable release is there. This is going to be a long-term support version in ESR version 2. Now, the other thing we're going to look at was events. And yeah, there's a new version in line with the GNOME version, so might not have been able to merge it in time, so you may be stuck with this unless you have ports, backports I should say, backports. So yeah, but that's there. Okay, we'll leave Firefox in the background running while we're at it, and continue on our search. Pigeon. Now, let's add their account. I'm going to add my nixuser account. Please don't try to guess my password. Okay. As I always like to say, just give that a tick to log in. And we can see good old Damien is there. So good old Damien will write us a message. And I'm just going to pull out that on my phone. Just give me a tick while I pull that up. Just pulling up Hangouts on my phone. Oh yes, it's proprietary. Not very good, but that happens. There we go, and we've got our little chat there, and we seem to have received. No, I'll just close that down. Okay, cool. So if I had that still running in the background, I can set my availability there, and I might just repeat that. Hi. And it's come up here, and you can see that it comes up there as blue as well, just in case you had to have things in the background and whatnot. Oh. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, actually while we're at it, we should just check to see if Finch is there. Finch is not there, so they've separated the binaries out for Pigeon and Finch. Usually install together if you install from source, but not in this one. But Thunderbird Mail, I haven't set that all up so you can see everything in it, but we'll just take a look at versioning and things like that. So you can, this Gandhi thing, I really don't like it. I get sick of seeing this. But we'll just cancel that, and we'll have a look at a help and about Thunderbird, and let's have a look at what version of Thunderbird we can expect. Thunderbird software. Well, email client. Yeah, okay. Computing. Alright, so we're at the stable release of Thunderbird is version 45. However, we're using 38.6. That's a bit of a negative one because yeah, it's nice to be up to date. Only 11 days ago, but still, you wonder about that versioning going on there. I don't know what their reasoning for it is. If anyone has an idea of why they've chosen to use a little bit of an older version there, you can have a look at the release history, no doubt. 38, okay, so they went straight to 45 with the numbering. So 38.6, probably not that old, in fact. Yeah, not that old at all. So don't worry about that. Don't bother answering that silly question from myself. Okay, so move that to the background. Thunderbird, goodbye Thunderbird. Transmission, I don't like this thing, you know, blah blah blah, but fine. Agree. And this is your torrent and the torrent client. And the reason why they'd be providing this is so that you can, instead of loading up the servers with your download requests for distros, you can use this. Yeah, you can use this to go and grab your distros, and takes the load off of the servers. They can just provide the torrent files, and I might show you another night about a website that caches, indexes the various torrent files for the various distributions out there. But yep, very competent, capable software there with the transmission. Multimedia. So I did install MPlayer before, just to test out all audio and video before I record, as I usually do. It's a bit of an unusual one. Parole media player. So let's have a look and see. I won't have anything in here that we can actually play yet. But I suppose what we can do. No, I haven't set any of that up. I'm just thinking what I might be able to. No, I don't think I've got anything I can show you there, but maybe give that a go. Well, often distributions, if they're not if they're focusing on GTK or whatever, they still include VLC and the like, even though it's Qt based. But yeah, I don't know what this is about either. Oh, okay, they're just showing you that it can play show where it's up to. Looking a little old too. Parole. Let's have a look. Parole software. Okay, so Parole's the XFCE for media player. So they've included their own media player for that. I mean, it looks attractive, but I haven't had a chance to really test it out in any meaningful sense. So I guess you guys can have a look at that one. An exercise for the students. Pulse audio volume control, I'm not going to go into there. XFCE, no, don't do this to me. I'm pretty sure we found you here before. Yes, I don't like that. So yeah, okay, what have we got in the way of Office stuff? Okay, so a couple of things to note here. We've got the dictionary, which is fine. Events, LibreOffice. They don't have the complete LibreOffice by the looks of it. They don't have base installed. And they don't look like they have the presentation one either. So a couple of things missing. So the safest bet, let's just go here and let's go Impress. And it does nothing. Look at that. The user's going to come along and expect, so they can do math of course, but you can go back to our Office and do that. See how fast that started. It's kind of nice. They're going to expect to be able to do this, and they can't. Not even draw. Not even draws there. So really, that's kind of hampering. Really think it's not like these days that we're worried about fitting into the size of a CD. So they could have included that in all honesty. I mean, you're going to be able to include it pretty quickly yourself, just using the terminal. But new user, which this is focusing on, this distribution, I really think it should have the full Office suite there, present its full colours. Orange calendar, it's just going to be that calendar that you see up here that shows up. Okay, we can have it standalone like that. Global time, again, we saw that before, and it's duplicated. So yeah, in here you're going to have your settings. I'm going to leave that to you to go through all of that, except probably worthwhile looking at additional drivers perhaps. It's one of the things that users will be trying to look at. So some device is not working. Yeah, they've got the talking about the microcode firmware for Intel CPUs there. So no proprietary drivers running. However, that's a little bit of a fibby because I'm using the Radeon driver. We can prove that. Probably won't have GLX info. Oh, it does. Okay, grab. And we can see here I'm running Gallium 4 on AMD PitCan, and that requires some firmware. It won't work. If I go into, one thing I can do is find slash lib slash firmware iname, actually not iname, name pit star. You can see all the PitCan firmware that's required to get this graphics card started. Nonetheless, Radeon driver works awesomely with this setup. That's both on the KMS side and the Xorg side. Works very, very nicely. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure you guys can go through all the rest of the settings yourselves. It's just a pretty simple XFCE install. It is attractively themed for new users. I recommend new users take a look at this. If you've got a bit of older hardware, or you're looking for something that's going to be pretty rock solid, you've got to remember, actually that's something we're going to look at before I sign out here, is XFCE, and just have a bit of a look-see to see if, let's have a look search. Oh, I meant to press that before. So 13 months ago, the most major stable release, and you find like the likes of KDE and GNOME desktop, that GNOME. Let's give that a chance. And release cycle, we've got some release history info, do we? No. I used to like how they had those tables where you could find out what 6-month schedule. You can see there's a 6-month schedule there. If I go to KDE, and history of releases, that's old. It's probably called KDSC now. Release cycle. Let's go most recently. So you can see here it's sort of fairly recent, lots of updates. So KDE is getting a lot of attention there. XFCE, gotta wonder the viability. I don't know if there's much action going on there. So anyway, guys, so far it's given me no grief at all. I was able to install FFmpeg MPlayer and get my videos, start the screencast. Then I'll take screenshot, use the, take a look at the Office suite, which, competently works. It's LibreOffice after all, it's going to work. Yeah. So, for the new user or a person who's got, limitations on their resources, I mean, you can see on this system it's running really nicely, but this is a bit of an old beast. This is going to be great for someone who's got an older computer, limited hardware capability, that sort of thing. They're going to have no problem running this. So, again, guys, look, a couple of little niggly things here, but so far, yes, everyone slags on Ubuntu these days. Everyone mentions Linux Mint and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to try and remain as unbiased here. I didn't really find too much wrong with this. A few things like little paper cuts, like not having the full LibreOffice suite there and still having the buttons there that you can press and whatever. It could confuse some users, and I'm not going to know to go and they might do a bit of investigation and look for it, but some people just might get frustrated or whatever. So got to remember the user base that this distro is targeting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a bit of a look-see. If you're looking for a score out of this thing, I'd probably give it a 7.5, 8 perhaps. If you liked it, please remember to just use the like tag below. If you'd like to see more of this content, please subscribe. That way you get notified when there's some new videos coming out. We'll try and keep it 1, 2, maybe max 3 videos a week if we can. At the moment I'm probably aiming for about 1. But yeah, and as usual, if you've got anything you'd like to add, put them in the comments below, and keep the community going. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a good night, good day, whatever you're having. I love that saying from Daz Gregor. I did steal, shameless stealing from him, but I hope he doesn't mind. And anyway guys, you have a good one. Catch you later now. Bye.